We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
I'm not too great, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah? We are live, as I'm saying. Mr. Blitztech,
Revenue GS.
J1 further the Sidelines.
and it's that time for some more Daredevil episode 9. Speak of the devil. What's up, brother?
Missed it, though. Missed it. Tried to get him with the signature.
Started to wonder if you'd ever turn up again.
Been busy.
I'll be inside. You want to take confession?
I was wondering if I could take you up on a latte.
So, people still remember battling Jack Murdoch around these parts. And what happened to his son. Seal of confession still applies, even over lattes. Not what you're worried about.
Do you believe in the devil, Father?
As a concept?
No. Do you believe he exists?
When I was in seminary, I was more studious than pious, more skeptical than most of my peers. But the devil was inconsequential, minor figure in the grand scheme. In my defense, in the scriptures, the Hebrew word Satan actually means adversary. It's applied to any antagonist.
Come on.
Angels and humans, serpents and kings. Medieval theologians reinterpreted those passages to be about a single monstrous enemy. Was certain I knew why. Propaganda. Played out to drive people into the church. Years later, I was in Rwanda, trying to help local churches provide aid and sanctuary to refugees. I'd become close with the village elder, Gahiji, Hutu and Tutsi alike. He'd help them all. The militia liked to force Hutu villagers to murder their neighbors with machetes. But nobody would raise a hand against Gahiji. How can we kill such a holy man? So the militia commanders sent soldiers with orders to cut his head off. Gahiji didn't try to put up a fight. Just asked for the chance to say goodbye to his family. By the time he was done, even the soldiers didn't want to kill him. So they went to their commander and asked permission to shoot him. The commander wanted to meet this man. He went to Gahiji, talked with him in his hut for many hours. Then he dragged him out in front of his village and hacked him to pieces, along with his entire family. And that man took Gahiji's life. I saw the devil. So yes, Matthew, I believe he walks among us, taking many forms.
This doesn't change anything, Ben.
Except now we know who your King of Diamonds is.
You see the news? Everything's changed. Fisk has gotten out in front of being dragged into the spotlight. My editor thinks he's the second coming. Hello, City does. Internet went from nothing on Fisk to filled with 3 hanky stories about a poor little fat kid from Hell's Kitchen, abandoned by his father when he was 12. Mother died a year later.
Somebody knows something. It's just a matter of asking the right people the right questions in the right tone of voice.
It's Murdoch.
My partner thinks we should be pursuing this through the legal system.
A lot safer that way.
Well, why don't we all just crawl under the covers then?
A friend of yours came to see me the other night. The man in the mask. Because he was framed.
Yeah, I could say I'm Captain America, but he doesn't put wings on my head.
What did he want?
Same thing we do.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Fisk was behind the bombings, shooting those cops. Said he owns half the police. Like they helped him take down the Russians.
Can't print any of it without corroboration, can you?
He could just be throwing smoke. I mean, he just killed Detective Blake.
Said Blake's partner Hoffman did it. Probably on Fisk's orders. According to the mask, a man named Leland Owsley runs the books. But since getting roughed up by him, Owsley's been surrounded by Fisk security. Can't get anywhere near him.
Somewhere out there has to be a piece of paper, a witness.
Our latest polls show your approval numbers rising across political, ethnic, and economic lines. So the PAC is actively making donations, and Senator Cherry's office has asked for a meeting. Our sources in IAB tell me he was supposed to give a follow-up statement about what happened at Metro General.
We need to put this behind us.
If he's still in the city, we'll find him.
Maybe he's just choosing his targets more carefully.
Hey, I said you need to wait outside.
It's all right, Francis. Thank you.
My apologies, Nobu-san. If I had known you were coming.
He doesn't care for the accommodations.
Please speak my words again, and I will have your tongue.
Wesley's is trying to be polite.
I was promised City Block in return for my aid in your ventures.
This particular area is proven troublesome to you.
You're now the owner of record. The negative publicity
Could aid me in solving, in return for my help. One that has inconvenienced us both.
The man in black.
Is proven to be more difficult to address than expected. Specialists, perhaps, from your organization.
I know of one with such skills. But finding our enemy will be difficult. He has become cautious.
Yes, he has. But emotion can turn the most circumspect of men careless. The money that Confed Global is paying him for all his real estate holdings in Hell's Kitchen.
But then that's the link. I mean, it ties Fisk directly to what's happening in the tenement case.
No, it doesn't. According to the records, the deal just went through this morning.
Okay, so we go after Tully. We get him to turn on Fisk.
Yeah, that island he's on, no extradition agreement.
Entra. Pero está bien.
El señor Fisk nos ofreció el doble de dinero.
What?
Her neighbors are thinking about taking it.
Maybe they should. No, tell her to stand firm. We told her we were going to help her, and that's what we're going to do.
She thinks she can change their minds. Enough of them, maybe, to make a difference.
I no take. This my home.
You shouldn't have done that.
What? Fight for the rights of the little guy, right?
Fisk wants the tenements. He's not gonna stop until he gets them.
Well, so what? We're just supposed to roll over.
Something in the deposition that
Come on, Foggy. You think we're gonna trip this guy up with a deposition? You don't get who we're dealing with.
No, we get it. Matt, he's a rich dickhead who thinks he can pay people off to kiss his ass.
Foggy's wrong, bro. Foggy, bro, she could have
He's
just got
standing
double
on
P's
City
and
Hall
left.
with his cronies like he's already
The
won.
neighbors were happy. Oh,
You
cool,
know
we're
that.
out. He's
All right, we can't
just
let him get
convinced
away.
her to stay in the line of fire.
So what are we going to do?
Fisk is going to run in there and clap all of them up. Foggy
Thank you,
went
Sun
and followed
Tzu.
Karen
What
one
does that
time with a
actually
bat
mean?
and beat up one street
It means
front.
we keep digging.
Foggy, bro, Foggy
Like
should
Karen said, somewhere
I
out
can't
there
even
there's
remember
a
what
piece of
happened.
paper
You know what I'm saying?
or a
He should be
witness
getting
or
it involved.
something
He should be
believes
getting
the
up.
truth.
May I help you?
I hope so. Matthew.
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Probably wondering what a man who can't see is doing in an art gallery.
I didn't want to be forward.
I'm told by my guests my apartment's a bit stark.
I'm going to go under la limb and assume these guests were women. You don't need sight to appreciate art, but you do need honesty.
Sight helps.
Sure. So, give me an idea what you're after.
I am not sure.
Art isn't furniture. If you knew exactly what you were looking for, you'd be just decorating. Art should speak to you. Imagine a sea of tonal reds, the color of anger, of rage, but also the color of the heart, of love.
I don't know, it sounds aggressive.
All depends on your point of view.
Tell me, do you have a man in your life?
Matthew, are you hitting on me?
I just mean, what is he like? What does he respond to? If I could get inside the head of the man who won the heart of such a charming woman, it would.
Well, you could always ask him yourself.
Jeez.
Not at all. We're just talking about
I see.
Wilson Fisk. Matthew.
Murdoch.
Well, yes, the attorney. I've heard about all your work in Hell's Kitchen.
Mr. Murdoch is thinking of purchasing some art. He was looking for some advice from a man of taste.
Well, that's simple. Buy whatever the lady tells you.
Thank you.
I'm sure that will be settled to everyone's benefit. The city has suffered long enough under the burden of poverty and decay. I believe we have opportunities now.
Mr. Murdoch is a customer, not a donor.
The city and its future. Seeing Hell's Kitchen to its fullest potential is very important to me.
Maybe you could put in a word.
How did you know I was sitting here? You mind me asking?
You want the short answer or the long one? I went to visit someone close to them.
And? What did you learn? Few things are absolute, Matthew. Even Lucifer was once an angel. It's why judgment and vengeance are best left to God, especially when murder is not in your heart.
How do you know?
You're here, aren't you?
If I let him consume the city, all the people will suffer and die.
There is a wide gulf between inaction and murder, Matthew. Another man's evil does not make you good. Men have used the atrocities of their enemies to justify their own throughout history. Are you struggling with the fact that you don't want to kill this man, but have to? Or that you don't have to kill him, but want to?
Woof! Woo!
Like a muddied spring, or is the righteous man who gives way before the wicked. Proverbs 25 something I never can remember.
Righteous men have a duty to stand up to evil.
Another is that when the righteous succumb to sin, it is as harmful as if the public well were poisoned. The darkness of such an act, of taking a life, will spread to friends, neighbors, the entire community.
Hey,
Hey,
Foggy tried to get a hold of you last night.
tired?
How did it go with that Vanessa woman?
Oh, didn't get what I needed.
Well, Foggy and I had better luck. We identified the assholes that jumped us outside of Elena's. No, actually.
Contractor's licenses. And where the hell were you?
Walking, clearing my head.
I always think you fell down an open manhole or something.
I'm fine. Who's the employer of record?
West Maralt Contracting, another wonderful global confed subsidiary.
What thing? The dream, buddy. It's just like the one I drew on the napkin that you couldn't see back when.
You're not gonna kiss me.
I'm feeling a little something.
Sorry, what? When?
Yeah, this on you, Foggy.
her.
What? Glad you find the perpetrators, isn't it?
How did it happen?
Neighbor saw some junkie they've seen in the building fleeing the scene with her purse. Probably jumped her while she was fishing for her keys.
Karen, maybe you should wait outside.
No, I'm
Multiple stab wounds.
Jeez.
The ambulance got there quick, but I know you were looking into a tenancy case.
Thought you might be able to point us toward the next of kin.
No, she didn't have anyone. Just us.
You are a worthy opponent.
Thanks.
I'll keep them coming.
When we first took the case, Karen and I went to Layman and Zach. Marcy talked about a criminal element in Elena's building.
Maybe it was.
Tell that to Elena.
You lost the whole plot. You don't, that's what I'm saying, don't understand what one.
Just doesn't feel right, does it?
I'll drink to that.
I think it was a coincidence. Lena decides to stay and fight to rally what's left of her neighbors. This happens.
You think Fisk has something to do with this?
Speak of the devil.
No, I never had the pleasure of meeting Miss Cardenas. I only recently took possession of her building.
How do you respond to reports that you knew the tenement was unsafe?
That's why we offered a substantial sum to Miss Cardenas and her neighbors to help them relocate. We should never let good people get swallowed up by this city. I mourn this woman's death. Didn't have to happen, it should have. Her passing is a symptom of a larger disease, infecting all of us. Fear of cop killings.
Yeah, that's...
Fear of a mass psychopath.
I need to make arrangements.
Shouldn't let people like that take our city from us. Let them know that they will fail. Because we believe we can make a difference. Afraid of stepping out of the shadows. Afraid of standing up for people like Mrs. Cardenas.
Jesus, he almost sounds like he means it.
I think he does.
He's calling the man in the mask a psycho. I hope they trace what happened to Elena right to his doorstep.
He'd never expose himself. Be religious, Karen.
My parents were. That's probably why I'm not.
Catholic.
Does it help? With things like this?
Not today.
Hey, you really...
Where'd you get the purse?
What purse? Please stop! I'm sick! Okay, the purse. I'll tell you snatched it.
The asshole that killed Mrs. Cardenas shoots up at this address, likes cheap menthols, thinks it covers the stench of his rotten teeth. Was it Fisk? Was it Fisk? Was it Wilson Fisk?
No, please stop! Please. Give me a reason to. They found me. They took me to a warehouse on the water.
You gotta turn yourself in. Sergeant Brett Mahoney at the 15th Precinct. If you don't, I'll find you. And next time, I'm not gonna stop. I didn't come here for you.
But I am the one you have sought.
Thank you. Nobu is becoming an issue. Appreciate you removing him. Concern.
Take your shot.
This guy must have been mission. I was just thinking that. This guy. This guy. That was the
Allow it.
grounding part right there,
Is that Russia?
It's disappointing.
Come on, Matt. I need to talk to you, Matt.
Someone found out.
Come on.
You need to keep going, Matt. For everything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Matt? Are you okay in there? If anyone who's in here is not supposed to be, I will mess you up. I'm not kidding. Where's Matt? What'd you do to him?
Pawns upon pawns, boy. These men just to finish your off.
Even the fact that he sent the other my man to fire Matt.
Super legit stuff, man. That fight was mad though.
Super. Matt didn't have a chance, bro. Matt didn't have a chance, and it's good because it shows the levels anyway, you get me? It's more to come still, and then Kingpin wailed on him, bro.
Yo!
Just letting him have it. Well,
that was an art of madness as well. Yeah.
Sven Matt's been losing this whole season, bro. Like this whole time, he's just trying to catch up with everything. Not even with the fight, like can hack it.
See, the question I was thinking about while I was watching it, do you not think Kingpin's bad?
He's a product of his environment, but
Yes.
he's still a
I'm
bad
gonna say
person.
yes.
Product of an environment is just an excuse, bro. Like he's decided everything. He's not a product of his environment. His life happened to him. Everyone's life happened to him.
Yeah.
He became what he wanted to become.
Mm-hmm.
He said you can run a city, so he runs the city. That I wouldn't say that's becoming a product of your environment. Like everyone's a product of their environment. Oh, you made it. Okay, you was a product of your environment. Your environment forced you into that. You didn't make it. Your environment, that's the cop out. It's the what you did, what he did. Like his dad said to him specifically, man like us should run the city. So he did that specifically.
It's the means that
Yeah, bro.
that
Yeah,
makes
this
believe
is what I'm
that,
talking about. My man's dad said to him, oi, never give up, always get up, boom, boom. It's nothing to be about paper, nothing about money. And do you know what I'm saying? He's working in that kind of law firm, doing this. The reason why I asked it, because I'm looking at their means. Like in this episode, both of them, I would say, indirectly caught a body, and even Matt caught a harder body than Thingy, than Kingpin, because he actually killed Nobu. He actually set him on fire and killed him. My man set the motions intact for Cardenas to die, but there was a very big out that she wasn't going to take, but was on the table. Is it a different scenario if all of her neighbours on that day move out? They're like, oh no, we're taking a bread, and they go. Does she just like, oh well, everyone's taking it, I can just, does she just go on along with it? Or does she just stay and it's like she's going to get clapped regardless? Because I'm like, the Kingpin thing, it's like he weaved it in the end to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Nobu and them, and set it in motion, but didn't do nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and then the priest is saying what the priest is saying. Like, some can see like Matt was defending himself, he doesn't kill him, he's got, you know what I'm saying? But, bruv, I don't know, like,
he was gonna pay her off.
Yeah.
The brother whose head he smashed in the car. I'm not. So when I'm asking this question, I'm not absolving anyone of what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kingpin's done horrific things, yeah, but he's killing bad people.
Mm-hmm.
So like when she was like, oh, he almost sounds like he believes it. It's like, what? This is the truth. He actually is having a positive impact. I bet you 2 years from now that building's gonna be safer than it was then. The dawn is always darkest before the day. We're saying the means. Who's doing it good? Tell me who's doing it good.
Obviously, at this moment in time, Kingpin is doing it, but it's like indirectly killing someone like that.
Who's doing it good? The police are killing people every day, bro.
Yeah, they are.
So who's doing it good?
Bro, I can say it's just the people on top of that. The people who are taking stuff into their hands, like they're using whatever their means is to do whatever. So either they're doing it illegally or legally. You're going to look at the way they're doing it. And also, I would say Kingpin's doing stuff illegally to get the stuff done.
I disagree. He's doing it all. He's doing everything legally. He's done everything legally. He's done everything legally.
Business-wise, he's done everything
He's done everything legally. And this is why I bring the police into it, because at what point, remember, in the beginning of the show, there was cops offing people. Yeah? That's supposed to be the force that man that are not going to break the law are supposed to go to. And they're killing people for whatever their purpose. Now in the show, they're like, okay, half of them are bought off by Kingpin and half of them are not. But we know the reality of it is that, yeah, half of them might be bought off, but the other half aren't necessarily then just working for the good of the man. Do you get what I'm saying? They've got whatever. And in cities where half the city's corrupt, you see, there's them grey areas here and there. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that they're on man's side either. Like, I don't know, bro. I just don't think Kingpin, obviously, I don't think Kingpin's bad. I think him and Daredevil were the same, bro.
They're the same.
Exactly the same.
Just different moral compasses.
I don't think their moral compasses are different. I think they fight the same battle, bro. But the difference is that Thingy's poor, bro. Matt's poor, bro. If he was rich, he'd fight at a higher level, bro. Now, he's trying to fight at the highest level he can, which is the low level of Kingpin. It's nowhere near. They're not even in the stratosphere. Do you know what I'm saying? Until Kingpin's like actually opening the door for man to get it, because his little operations is messing up the little things. But there's other ways he could have scratched. I think he could have scratched Matt, but obviously Daredevil show, you get me? But, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Kingpin getting to Matt? Like, just mean closing his film or whatever?
No, well, no, I'm talking about black-faced Daredevil. Like, you see how he was like, oh, we can clap him, but he's gone rogue. He's got cautious. Like, they know. Like, they could just, like, he's just one guy. Do you get what I'm saying? And even this, he's getting away. I watch it and I'm like, Kingpin's not bad, bro. Get me? Like, fam, he gave them an out, bro. He could have just went and washed the building, bro.
Yeah, he could have. Well, like I said, he indirectly killed a woman. That, for me, that's bad, though.
And Matt directly killed a man.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's good either.
Oh, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why that gets in the priest thing. Like,
yeah, that's why that conversation.
Yeah, it's like he was wishing to believe. Oh, you went there to see that you're getting information to not kill him, but then you've been asking yourself, constantly trying to like ask for forgiveness and stuff, because you know what you're trying to do. And also we know in season 2, you're just one bad day away from just beating someone like Punisher, bro. Every single episode we've been through, he's questioning himself. I don't want to kill people, but bro, you're breaking bones and through people out of windows. You know you're gonna kill someone one day, and now you've outright killed Nobu, and then you said it to Kingpin's face, I'm gonna kill you. So
you man know. I know you man know.
What?
I'm not gonna say that because there's something that happened that I remember.
Oh,
but I'm not. I'm saying I'm not gonna affect the situation. I just, man. I think Kingpin's hard. I really like his monologue. I love the priest stuff. I don't know, man. The whole devil situation. I like what they're saying, but I feel like, bro, the devil's there, bro. Devil's there. The thing is, Matt's the devil, Kingpin's everyone's in the show, everyone's the devil in the show, bro. Even Foggy, bro. In his lack of understanding, he became the devil, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And he set someone up to go down a path that weren't for them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, goes all the way around. And even Karen, she's the worst, bro. She be there just gassing the man them up, bro. Gassing the man them up, bro.
Yeah.
Get me? 100% is Foggy's fault, and I felt like they should have leaned more into that. Because it could have been better for his character. I know they tried to go with the full, oh, look, I feel guilt responsibility, but he should have went but they tried to absolve it from her. They should have leaned in, and maybe she didn't answer the question. Do you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, it's all my fault, and she just looks and comforts man a different way without saying no, it wasn't you. Like,
I just think they don't understand the
no,
implications.
it's the thing. Do you know what? It's like they don't. It's like it's sometimes I think they don't want to make everyone so full of a character. When I'm like, you're only taking we just subtracted a line. Like, I wouldn't say that was adding. I would say that was addition by subtraction. Like, taking out the comfort of that and leaving it with an absence creates growth more. I would say more of a better angle for Foggy to grow. Because all you had him do this whole episode is acting like a bitch, like a straight up bitch, like, oh no, we can fight. Like, overly optimistic in a time when we shouldn't be, where Matt is staying. This is why they always show Matt stern the whole time. Overly optimistic because things are going good, things are going bad. Overly emotional in the wrong direction with the collateral damage already done. Like, that's why I'm saying just being a bitch for the whole scenario, bro. And it's, bro, he's crying his eyes out, bro. More than thingy. And
Karen.
More than Karen. And I know some of it is the guilt, but at the same time, it's like, I didn't think they should have they should have given him space to go upwards with a trajectory like, oh, I'm gonna be harder for this after, as opposed to like, I'm gonna cry out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but tough episode. And R.I.P. Miss Cardenas, she didn't have to go, bro. They actually could have got someone else, man. She was a lovely lady, man, still.
She got poked times as well, bro. Like, what?
They knew what they were doing. So was Sarah from like episode 3 or something. Returning character. Oh yeah, she's safe. It's alright. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's fighting as well. Yeah.
I think Matt should have clapped that Nitty as well, bro.
I was surprised he didn't, to be honest, but
it doesn't be. See, the thing is, it's like, bro, he be white knuckling for Kingpin. Never seen Kingpin do nothing. This is the man who just killed the woman that was in your office 6-7 times, bro. No, all the restraint, bro. Get me?
Yeah, that's what they were trying to address today, but
you can't get past that. You looked the killer in the eye here and didn't clap him, and then a guy who was gonna body you did trickery to murder him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I still fight.
Yeah, obviously legit. Maybe you'll come up with a lawyer excuse of, I didn't kill him. The sparks that hit the oil that hit my man killed him. You know what I mean? Lawyers speak. Well, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think about today's episode. Speak of the devil. Who is the devil? Matt, Fisk, Foggy. What's her name? Fuentes? Or what you call her? What's her name? Fuentes.
Fuentes?
Yeah. No?
I don't know how you.
Who is Fuentes?
The lady.
Miss Cardenas.
Miss Cardenas, my bad.
Fuentes.
She just died, you man. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's mad still. I'm sorry, Mr. Blitztech.
Wherever you cheers.
Yeah, one further to side with us.
I